Hello, Post Road scientists. This is scientist Mrs. Cook, and today I'm going to teach you a little bit about plants and seed dispersal. So, as we start today, I want to remind you of the essential questions that we're trying to answer about plants for this whole unit. So, we want to know what are the parts of a plant, what is the function of each part, and how the parts help the plant survive. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to read a story called A Seed is Sleepy. And this story talks a lot about seed dispersal, which is a specific method by which plants spread their seeds so that they can grow new plants. So we got to think about this a little bit. How do plants grow new plants? They don't have legs, they can't walk around, right? So they have to find a method to drop their seeds so that they can grow new plants. So what they do is this thing called seed dispersal. That means that they spread their seeds in five main different ways. The first way that they spread seeds is through wind. So the wind can pick up the plant seeds and spread it around. A good example of this is like a dandelion. Have you ever seen dandelion fluff? When they turn like white, almost like a little snowball, and then you can blow on it. And that's a lot of fun to do, but I bet you never knew that you were helping dandelions to make new dandelions when you did that. So that's one example of seed dispersal through wind. Another way that seeds move is through animals. So this is kind of funny. So one way is that seeds are caught up in things called burrs, which are those, sort of those pricky things that, like, if you're walking outside, and seeds kind of get stuck on your socks. But they often get stuck on animals and on animal fur, and then the animals move around and they drop the seeds. Another thing, well, what do a lot of animals like to eat? Berries, right? And other kinds of like yummy things off of trees. Well, think about how the body works and what is inevitable, right? What has to be is that if you eat something, it has to come out. And so, another way that seeds disperse is that animals eat seeds or eat fruit that has seeds in it, and then they go about their business, and then those seeds drop, with the animal droppings, and they then are spread out around the world a little bit, and they can make new plants. The third way that plants disperse their seeds is through gravity. So they sometimes have seeds on their trees and they just drop them. So another example of this would be like a fruit tree. Like, think about apples. They grow on the tree and then they drop. And then when they rot, the seeds then fall into the ground and they could make a new tree. Another method of seed dispersal is through water. Again, gravity helps out quite a bit. The whatever the seed is drops off of the tree or the plant, drops into the water, and the water carries it away to find a new place to grow. Finally, the very exciting, but not as exciting in practice as it is in sounding, is that seeds get dispersed through explosion. So, when a seed disperses through explosion, it doesn't mean that plants are like exploding all around like fireworks. What it really means is that, like seed pods, so think about like a green bean or a snap pea, and when those seed pods dry up on the vine, then they pop open, which is called the explosion, although it doesn't really cause an explosion, but those seed pods pop open and then the seeds drop out. Again, gravity playing a very important role. So, seed dispersal overall is an excellent example of how plants have adapted in order to survive. And now, if you'll remember, an adaptation is any behavior or characteristic of a plant or an animal that helps it survive. So, seed dispersal and the different methods, which are wind, animals, gravity, water, and explosion, are different methods by which seeds disperse and how plants have adapted in order to survive. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little mini lecture about seed dispersal. And what we're going to do next is read this amazing book, A Seed is Sleepy.